I just met the most beautiful young lady. She's like 25, something like this, and she has 3 children. She got married when she was young, you know what I'm saying? She got married like 19, 20 years old, something. High school sweetheart. And I met her on the dating app. So I ain't gonna say the dating app. She said, don't be talking about me. Girl, don't nobody know who you are. I ain't even said your name. There's a lot of women 25 years old and got 3 kids. You ain't the only one. It's a whole bunch of them. Anyway, she got married to a high school sweetheart, and she was telling me the most terriblest horror story in the world. She got 3 kids and she ain't never had no orgasm. She never came, not one time in her whole life. She was with this one person that she fell in love with, and she gave her life and she gave her body and everything. Married this guy, had some babies, and never came. Never, ever, ever. I said, whoa, sheesh, sheesh. All of a sudden, as a man, the whole world just looked different. I was like, yo, if I married a woman and the whole time I'm married to her, I don't ever come, I don't bust no nuts. I don't bust no nuts. I'm like, yo, dog, I'll be cheating. I would be the greatest cheater in the history of the world if I ain't coming. And now I'm trying to like put this in perspective, because once I heard that story, I started listening. I started listening to women, because everybody knows it's important to listen to women. If you don't know what's going on in a woman's heart, soul, and mind, then you're lost, because they're 50% of everything, the world, the nation, everything. Without a woman, there is no me. So as I'm listening to these wonderful women, they start telling me, I'm hearing stories. Yeah, I met the guy, we dated for 3 years and I ain't come. Yeah, I was married and I ain't come. Yeah, I had a baby and I ain't come. And I'm, whoa. See, now I did like this whole psychological experiment. They said Pandora's box was when the female brain found out that she could have an orgasm. The physical climax that comes from having intercourse with the person that you are in love with or are attracted to, or just, one night stand, whatever the case is. My brain said that the whole purpose of the orgasm was to incentivize the woman to have the baby. Make her happy, she'll do something hard. Okay, reward the hard thing with something wonderful. And now when I came to the place where women are doing the really hard thing and they're not getting the reward, I'm like, wow, I could almost understand why a woman's not having no baby. Now listen, women have this term where they say sexual compatibility. Like, does it fit right? Does it work? And since I'm not so familiar with a whole bunch of men's male anatomy, their appendages, like I've been to the military, I've been to prison, I played sports, I've taken community showers, but I ain't taking no community showers just looking down at the man's meat, talking about, look at that meat. That's a different type of meat. All these different types of meats. Oscar Mayer even. I ain't looking at no man's wang tang. I ain't doing it. And so now when I'm listening to these beautiful women tell me that they're having these relationships with who they perceive to be compatible, they get into the bedroom and it's just not compatible. They're not climaxing. Oh my man, I don't even know how in the world you fall in love with a man when you can't climax. You're a powerful person, woman. You can fall in love with the dude's brains, his work ethic, maybe his physical aesthetic. You're like, all that's wonderful, except I'm not coming. Man, that's a big accept. And now when you start listening to these women and men are just jumping on top of them, just doing the Humpty Hump, and these women are not having no fun whatsoever, just a man sweating on them, I guess they get to feel the joy of knowing that their man is satisfied. I don't know. I've never been, and well, hold on, I'm lying. Have I been with women and I did not orgasm? Hell yeah. And I just be sitting there working my ass off, working. Got me working day and night. I am putting my whole back and hip into this woman because I want her to feel good, but I'm looking at her, maybe her pheromones are off. I'm not saying that her, no odor, no vaginitis, none of that. I'm just saying like our physical chemistry ain't there. Or maybe she's making like a god-awful sound that I just can't stand. Like, hey, bitch, shut up. Don't you say another goddamn word. So I've experienced that situation where I'm trying to please the other person. I'm so glad that she's sitting there looking at me, smiling as happy as can be because she came. She got hers and I ain't getting mine. I think, man, you're supposed to get yours every single time. But I can't have no baby unless I get mine. But then I had to reflect and I was like, damn, there's a whole half of the population and they can have a baby and not get theirs and never ever climax. This woman had 3 children. This is a horror story for every woman. I think this is the thing that you're afraid of. If you marry a man and you're, you know what I'm saying, suppose you save yourself until your wedding day, oh, it's so fantastic, you're a virgin, and you marry this guy, and you spend 20 years with a man, and you never climax. I guess the good Christians or the people who like preach chastity, they'll be like, well, if you've never climaxed before, then you'll never know what a climax is. Girl, you better stop. You touched that thing one time. You was in the shower and you was making sure that it was clean, you know what I'm saying? You was making sure you got all the discharge out of that bad boy. You just, ooh, 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 what's that? I can't even imagine being married and then discovering the climax while you're by yourself in the shower, no husband around, kids somewhere screaming their heads off. And 10 years into your marriage, you find out Pandora's box. The box is a special place. Goddamn, man. That woman, when she told me that, I had to rethink the way that I saw the whole world. The way I saw the whole world, it don't sound good when you understand history and why history looks the way that it does. Why have societies and men been so hard on women, promoting virginity and all these things? Because there's a good portion of men who don't have the physical capacity to please their woman. Oh, shit, they got all the muscles and all the intelligence and look the part, all that stuff. Get into the room and can't work that meat or don't have no meat. I'm one of those men who represent for all, you know, the modest meat men. Are you a modest meat man? You ain't got no trunk in them pants. And you really got to work up a bead of sweat for her to climax. But I'll do whatever is required for you to be happy because I want you to be happy because I want a baby. And as long as you're looking at me like, haha, then man, not only did I climax, but after the climax, I got this beautiful baby. I'm so thankful for this wonderful man. That's the equation. So when you got a whole bunch of men who don't have the ability to help their wife climax, and now, man, how bitter would you be? Now I'm replaying the thing in my mind. I heard a lady and she was screaming about how she just hated her children. And I'm assuming, man, maybe she had those children. She was with a 2-minute man. The man climbed on her, hump, and all of a sudden, bing, she's pregnant. She's like, man, I had 2 minutes of my life with this guy that I really don't like, and now I got a baby forever? Oh my. I would hire every scientist in the world. Not like, give me 1,000 pills. Keep this lame dick nigga away from me. All this stuff adds context. I want to expand the conversation on the fragmented relationships between men and women. I'm dating and women, they want to have a nice time. And if you've been married for 10, 15, 20 years, even 5 years, and your partner, your husband, never fulfilled his duties to please your booty, I understand your resentment. I understand that you're mad. And then when you go outside and you meet the guy on Tinder or Cheesepie or BLK or Plenty of Fish, whatever the app is, and this gentleman, he's been doing this because he plays the whack-a-mole game. Because if a woman likes you, then lots of women like you because no woman wants a man that another woman doesn't like. Hell, you're going on dates 3, 4, 5 times a month if you choose to, if your pockets can afford to go out and get something to eat. And so you are aware of the woman's body. You can please the woman. And so, so the wife, you know what I'm saying, the person who broke up with her partner, she finds Rico Suave, Ding-a-ling warrior, and all of a sudden she came. Oh my gosh, this thing. I don't need a rose. I don't need a dilly-dally. I got a man with a vein. I understand, ladies. I understand your plight. I understand your position. I can't negotiate morality. All I know is we need babies, and I don't want you to be having no baby with a person. God damn it. What are we supposed to do?